Which one's the bigger simp? Lucky from Poetic Justice or Craig from Friday? Peace, what up, y'all? It is the guy, Anti-Simp, back with a new video. So, on my Facebook page, Anti-Simp Intellectual Urban, somebody sent me a message, and it was basically about Ice Cube talking about the character Lucky from Poetic Justice and how he felt like the character was a sucker, in which I agree. But some people are comparing Ice Cube's character in Friday to Lucky and say he was also a sucker. Now, Ice Cube says that he was a sucker because he kicked his homeboy out the car over a female he just met a few days ago, which is accurate. It did happen, and I specified that Lucky was a simp based off of that as well. I might have to rewatch Poetic Justice just to, and I would probably make him. He would probably be the next episode of Simp of the Day, but he's accurate about that. You know, from what I remember of the movie, and I have the movie, Lucky, he was disrespected by Justice throughout the entire movie. You know, her and her manager or her friend that worked at the salon. You know, and this is like a prerequisite of how things are, you know. Like, these are black men being disrespected by black women in the 90s. So you can imagine how things are nowadays. And he was just trying to get at Janet Jackson. He wasn't, like, being persistent, you know, beyond her, like, just refusing to want to talk to him. She was just being a cunt the whole time. Her and her manager. You know, she's... They're working at the salon. This is a brother with a job at the post office. He got benefits and all types of shit. You know, he's on top of the world. And instead of, you know, realizing that this is a guy who's, you know, doing his thing, he ain't a typical, you know, washed up dude. She just treated him like he was a scrub. It's pretty much how women nowadays do when it comes to the average black men. They treat them like they're scrubs. So that's pretty much what happened in the movie. You know, she was disrespecting him throughout the entire movie. The way she looked at them, the way the fact that they were taking them. He was driving them to, I think they said Oakland or some area in the movie, some type of trip, a weekend trip, whatever. She's been disrespectful towards him throughout the entire movie, and that's, to me, that's the major difference between Lucky and Craig. Lucky was disrespected by this female throughout the entire movie, and because they had to be together, eventually, you know, things would, you know, would quiet down, and they would maybe be courteous to each other, but only after he, like, it's not like he was, like, he took being disrespected by her throughout the whole movie and didn't do anything or say anything. He did say something back to her, but to, like, take her side in like, to kick out Chicago because he put his hands on them, and they were not them, but Aisha has been antagonizing Chicago throughout the entire movie, you know, because he came really fast during sex, which is a really corny way to just tear down your man. You know, she was really extremely disrespectful towards him, and it really didn't have to be that way. You know, I can't think of any other. I don't really blame him, to be honest. When I saw that scene and he, like, smacked her, and then Justice gets involved, and then, like, you know, Lucky gets involved to, like, because he starts hitting. No, he didn't start hitting Justice. Justice kind of just jumped on him or whatever the case is, and they began fighting him. And then, like, Lucky goes over there and punches him out, like, yeah, it's a female. That's where he becomes, like, that's where, you know, it's really simpish. He punched her out, and then he kicked him out the vehicle. That was really corny, you know, corny thing to do to your homeboy. And then, like, he was actually trying to, Chicago was actually trying to set him up because he was messing with Aisha and asked Aisha if she had a homegirl. So she brought along Justice for Lucky or whatever. But obviously they didn't really get along because, you know, Justice was being a cunt the whole movie. She was being a cunt the whole time. And she was being a cunt because her previous boyfriend got killed in front of her. But it's like, boo fucking who? Life ain't fair. life ain't fair and you're not more affected by somebody. That's because that's exactly how females act towards us. Is they act like they're more affected by our deaths than we are. We understand that life isn't fair and we move forward. She didn't do that. She just was continuously a cunt to other men throughout the entire movie. And Lucky didn't deserve that. So, like I said, Lucky kicks. He punched him out, and then he kicked him out the vehicle, whatever the case is. And that was a really cool thing for him to do over a female. Over a female he just met days prior and had been disrespecting him throughout the entire trip. Whereas Craig from Friday was trying to get at Debbie, Nina Long's character, and realistically, yeah, what he did was like he put his life on the line to fighting Debo, whatever cases. But honestly, I feel like he's less simpish than um, Lucky, because realistically, Craig had been dealing with a whole lot throughout that movie, and not only was he's dealing with a whole lot of bullying throughout that movie. People were antagonizing him. So I think at this point he had enough of everybody's BS, including Debo. Debo was the neighborhood bully. Yeah, it was kind of simpish to fight Debo on behalf of Nina Long just because it was a female there, whatever the case is. But honestly, I feel like up until that point, he was actually tired of everybody's BS. Throughout the day that he had, he's tired of Smokey. He's tired of his dad. Like if you look at Craig's character, he's a normal, average black man. He's one of us guys who's ever lived in the hood, and you've ever had to deal with the hood shenanigans. You're not involved in um any hood shenanigans, but hood shenanigans you can't help but be involved in hood shenanigans. You don't go looking for hood troubles, but hood trouble seems to find you. And I feel like it's mostly because he's friends with Smokey, but even if he wasn't, he probably would have ran into it anyway. I think I had wrote an article or a post not that long ago about Craig from Friday, and I said that I made an argument that he was. I did say he was a simp of the day many years, like 2019. I said he was a simp of the day. He risked his life to save Shorty and almost getting himself killed. And not only the first but second movie because of her. Yeah, because he ended up fighting Debo in the second movie as well. So it's like the actions from the first movie have basically made him back-to-back simp of the days. But at the same time, yeah, I don't think I have it right now. I don't think I had an article about this. Here it is. I found it. So like some dudes like Craig was not a hood dude. Craig was like most black men are teams who aren't hood dudes tend to be like Craig from Friday. And sometimes they have a nerdy side to them. And there are some guys are similar to Doughboy from Boys in the Hood, or Old Dog from Menace to Society. But like I was saying, Craig he wasn't dealing with disrespect from a female throughout the movie. The first time he dealt with disrespect from a female in the movie, he checked her. That's why I feel like he's less like and at the same time, when Lucky dealt with disrespect from a woman in that movie, he ended up getting disrespected as well. When he got disrespected, he checked it. He said something. He didn't just like tolerate the disrespect as if he was like some goofy ass dude. But what makes his situation worse than Craig from Friday is that he kicked his homeboy. He fought and kicked his homeboy out the car just because of a female he met a few days ago. Whereas Craig has known Debbie for a while. And I also feel like, he had enough of her stuff. I'm not saying that Craig isn't a simp. I'm saying that, he's not as much of a simp as Lucky was. What do y'all think? Y'all think, who do you think was the bigger simp, Craig or Lucky? Let me know in the comments. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it, and I'll catch you guys at the next video. Peace.